Bruce Willis is the greatest action star of our time. He's had a prolific movie career, starring in over 100 movies. In March 2022, his family announced that he was retiring due to a dire health condition. By then, Detective Knight Redemption had already been completed. Let's look at the trailer for the movie and then some of Willis's best movies so far. First up, the trailer was released.
You're outgunned. The only way to catch this crew is in the act. You're going.
True to the genre, the trailer is packed with thrills and spells, so here's how the trailer pans out. It starts with our hero, Detective Knight, still in jail, following the first movie's events. Now in the trilogy's second installment, he has a chance at redemption. A riot breaks out in the prison where he's held, and he is given a chance to get his badge back. The Christmas bomber leads the riot. Now he's a vicious criminal whose disciples terrorize the city on Christmas night. Law enforcement is already busy with the crime wave outside the prison, and now they need the inside to shut down this mutiny. So if Willis wants out, he will have to get into the spirit of the season and go after the bad guys. It's quite nice to see Willis return to the Christmas action genre. After all, one of his greatest movies was the same type. Up next, here's what we know about the movie so far.
But he's a good cop.
This crew is tight.
Now the movie is set to release this holiday season, and you'll be able to catch it in cinemas on the 9th of December. Besides Bruce Willis, Lachlan Monroe will also be returning to the trilogy. Other cast members include Johnny Messner, Kia King, and Jessica Rose. Paul Johansson will be playing the role of the Christmas bomber. The movie will also have a video-on-demand release, and then it will be released on Blu-ray and DVD on the 17th of January 2023. The trilogy comes from Australian screenwriter and filmmaker Edward John Drake, who wrote the screenplay with Canadian writer, actor, and producer Corey Large. The two have worked together on the movies Cosmic Sin and Apex. Drake has also directed the Canadian thriller movie Broil, which was featured at the 2022 Fantaspoa and other film festivals. Let's take a look at how the trilogy is shaping up.
Think real hard.
It revolves around Detective James Knight, played by Bruce Willis. In the first movie, Detective Knight Rogue, the hero tracks down a gang of masked, armed robbers around Halloween time. The second one, Redemption, the one we've been talking about, is set around Christmas time, and this time, Willis is caught up in prison. The last of the trilogy has yet to have a release date, but the name is a dead giveaway. Detective Knight Independence features a high-octane chase for a vigilante wrecking the city on Independence Day. The trilogy is a befitting tribute to Bruce Willis's action-packed career. It has elements of the Die Hard series, so the audiences are bound to lap it up as Willis's swan song. Now let's look at 5 of Bruce Willis's greatest movies. First up, it's gotta be Armageddon for us.
But it would try you over here.
One of the defining movies of the end-of-the-world genre features Willis as Stamper, the world's best deep-sea oil driller. We didn't even know there was a ranking for that until the movie came out. Soon enough, he realizes that an asteroid is about to wipe out life on Earth as we know it, including that of his beloved daughter Grace, played by Liv Tyler. So he knows he has no choice but to head into space and blow that asteroid up. Yep. In the final moments of Willis's character in the movie, opposite Ben Affleck, he lays down the script for what it means to be a hero. He makes a sacrifice for his country and his family. But mostly, Willis sells us the emotion at that moment through his eyes, the hope that Affleck's character will provide a life for his daughter. Let's face it, the premise of the movie is a bit ridiculous, but that makes it so great, and Willis owns it. Also, before we dismiss it as a summer popcorn flick, remember it's only one of 2 Michael Bay movies to make it to the Criterion Collection. Up next, he completely reinvented himself in The Sixth Sense.
No camera in the bag. Go, ma'am, now.
So far, we've just talked about Willis's prowess in action movies, but he's also delivered some great dramatic chops too. He did, after all, start his career off-Broadway. In this M. Night Shyamalan classic from 1999, he plays Malcolm Crowe, a child psychologist working with a young boy called Cole Sear, who infamously says that he sees dead people. Malcolm has his work cut out for him. Willis delivered on this tricky task. He did a great job helping Shyamalan extract one of the greatest child performances in film history from Haley Joel Osment. Directing children is challenging, but the one thing that helps us is having a highly skilled co-star. We see the action star flexing a different kind of muscle. It's a heartfelt performance, and it's the one that helps stick the landing. The movie's ending has got to be one of the greatest plot twists ever, and while the writer did a great job of imagining it, Willis completed the job of selling to the audience and making them believe it.
Bad move, Grandpa.
Not to mention the sci-fi movie with Brad Pitt, 12 Monkeys. In this one, he plays James Cole, a convict sent back in time to find the origin of a killer virus. This is so scientists in the future or the present can find a cure for it. Sound familiar? Worth a rewatch, given our recent experience with the pandemic. While it was his co-star, Pitt, who got an Oscar nomination for his performance, we think Willis's solid performance forms the anchor for this story. It's also one of those rare instances where his romantic chemistry with his co-star works. To be honest, 12 Monkeys isn't a great movie, but Willis is great at it. He gives it the gravitas it needs where it needs it the most. And there's this commitment he shows to the idea of the movie, no matter how strange things get. It's also refreshing to see someone like Willis work with an art house filmmaker like Gilliam. Coming up, Pulp Fiction is also up there as one of the greatest Willis movies there is.
Right? Gabriel Singer.
Pat beats Ace.
It's probably one of the best films of the postmodern era. Pulp Fiction has Bruce Willis to thank for its iconic stature. It is widely regarded as Quentin Tarantino's masterpiece. Willis plays an aging boxer on the run called Butch Coolidge. At the time, he was already a major global star, but most of his recent releases had disappointed the box office and the critics too. The movie brought Willis new respect as an actor and earned him solid money, but the actor's appearance and physical presence were essential to Tarantino. He explained that Bruce had the overall look of an actor from the 50s, which is exactly what he was looking for, and no other actor had that look. Willis's character's look was modeled after Aldo Ray from Nightfall, and his demeanor was modeled on Ralph Meeker's portrayal of Mike Hammer. That was from Robert Aldrich's Kiss Me Deadly. And even though he's playing a boxer, we never get to see Butch throw a single punch. But what we do get is seeing him wield a samurai sword when two hillbillies kidnap him and his friend. Lastly, Die Hard is by far the defining Bruce Willis movie.
You alright? Yeah. Get her out of here.
There were no two ways about this. It's the ultimate Bruce Willis movie. And to be clear from the start, this ranking included Die Hard 2 and Die Hard with a Vengeance. Both of these are great movies on their own too. But yeah, as Jake Peralta would tell you, the very first Die Hard is by far the best. In this movie, we are watching as a movie star is born. Of course, Willis already had a fan base with his comedy drama series Moonlighting, but he wasn't an action star. He gave New York a great sense of humor, not to mention persistence. And no matter how often you watch it, you're still heavily invested in whether he makes it out of the Nakatomi Tower alive. And like Detective Knight Redemption, it is also a Christmas movie. This genre-bending action brings together two best-selling ideas, action and Christmas. All said and done, John McClane is Bruce Willis, and Bruce Willis is John McClane, in the same way that Sylvester Stallone is Rocky Balboa and Arnold Schwarzenegger is the Terminator. Time to rewatch all those Die Hard movies. That's a wrap for this video. Will you be watching Detective Knight Redemption when it comes to theaters? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you at the next one.